Hello and welcome. My name is Brianna Schiavoni, or Bree. I am a peer facilitator here with the Diabetes Sangha, and I'm offering today a re-recording of a summer solstice mindfulness practice offered earlier this week. However, in due fashion, my blood sugar bottomed out just before the meditation started, and while I persisted, I felt pretty flat and wanted very much to offer again this practice near and dear to my heart. And while summer solstice has officially passed, the energy will linger all week long. And this practice can certainly be done at any point in time when we become aware of the natural elements and the ways in which they can reveal our own nature. So with that said, I'd like to offer that as a social scientist, a social worker specifically, I geek out on how we as humans interact with life's elements. I appreciate understanding where words come from, what they mean, and how we use them. So for fun, let me share with you the meaning of the word solstice, which has roots in the Latin words for sun and stand still. It's a moment in time when the Earth's tilt towards the sun is at its maximum here in the summer solstice, and people everywhere are given the opportunity to connect with nature in stillness, our own and all that we share. And interestingly enough, when we stop to stand still in the light of this moment, we're able to see and invited to embrace the paradox of our ever unfolding experience. In fact, when I sat down to write this script, I thought at first how wicked timing was, in that it's the height of summer, and I live in a place where people everywhere are embracing all sorts of outdoor adventure and opportunities for community, dance, things that I would generally be thrilled to fill my exceptionally long day with in the summer months. But I'm preparing for a surgery. And so it's a time where I need to slow down and actually draw in, spend more time indoors in weeks to come, hence the theme of paradox. And so you are invited to settle in now. Settling in, moving into a position of sustainable comfort, giving yourself permission to adjust at any point during the practice. Welcome to invite even a gentle rock or a sway if and when it serves you in sustaining attention. So go ahead and take a couple of breaths now. Nice big inhales through the nose, letting it out through the mouth with an audible sigh. Really letting the nervous system know that it's safe to turn inward, as you are invited to find your breath breathing you, letting it return to its natural rhythm. And recognizing that it was here all along, a constant companion. Just consider for a moment, as breath moves in and out all on its own, what it might have to offer, what it might reveal. Just giving yourself over to the act of being breathed. And as you breathe in, and breathe out. Consider that we can only do one because of the other. We can breathe in because we breathe out. When we breathe out, the lungs literally create a vacuum to suction the air back in. We can witness this, the passive act of witnessing, because it is happening. When we still our awareness, we can see what never stops moving. In fact, we're always invited to see that which is paradoxical. I invite you to guide your attention now like you would a flashlight to the tips of your toes. Invited to scan your body now from the tips of the toes to the top of the head, noticing any paradoxical sensations as you do. Contraction, maybe, and expansion. Attention, perhaps, and some softness. Sense aliveness and numbness. Activation and stillness. Consider what is acute sensation, and what is subtle. How about non-sensations? Can you uncover those too? All in one magnificent body. All of these paradoxical sensory experiences. Allow the light of your awareness to extend like the sun in every direction now. Invited to be with them all in open awareness, like a palette of colors used to paint any moment in time. See if you can hold space in your mind's eye for all of these sensations throughout the entirety of the body. No one thing can be true without consideration for what else exists. Perhaps you find your mind wandering in a moment, and that's okay. Each and every time you acknowledge that the mind has wandered, just take it like you would the hand of a small, curious child, gently guiding it back to the experience of witnessing. Witnessing all that is, just as it is. We are always being invited to notice and to embrace the paradoxes of life. Can you accept that more than one thing can be true at the same time? The summer solstice, as we know it, is the winter solstice on the opposite side of the world. The longest day here contrasted with the longest night there. where light is at its fullest and the longest day marks the height of the summer, so too do we turn towards winter with each day forward. A dawning and then a dusk. The tide rises and falls. The harvest springs forth and then gets stored away. We see the light because we can see the dark. We live because we die. As one coach, Penelope Maver, a native New Zealander who founded Earth Converse, points out, in compost, there is richness, sustenance. In an ending, there exists already plans for a new beginning. Plans for new life, always in the works. As quickly as you might observe your mind wandering to some topic, so too can you recognize that you are witnessing. You can interrupt that thought. You can direct that attention. And by the time you've even found words to describe it, it's already become something else. Just as the wind delivers, it taketh away. Just as the fire burns, so too does it transform. Where we feel pain, we come to know pleasure. Where we react with conviction, so too can we tap into compassion. Because anger points us in the direction of what matters most. Our feelings are not facts, they are informants. We are always being invited to notice and to embrace the paradoxes of life. In every experience, a yin and a yang, a feeling and a need. A breath in, a breath out. In movement, there is stillness. In solitude, there is connection. In sound, there exists silence. And in the act of surrendering, there is power. I invite you to experience that now inside of yourself. Letting go of the words, allowing all that is to simply exist in the light of your awareness for as long as you would like to continue. May we all find peace in paradox.